Hello and welcome to A Cuppa with So Timeless with me, Rowena. I hope you've got your cuppa ready. And thinking about how to do something a little bit different today. I've done a video of doing a dress, sewing a vintage dress from start to finish, from the cutting out process all the way through to the finished garment. It indeed was that dress there behind me, which you can see. That led to a few shorter videos as well, things like making buttonholes, sewing on buttons, putting in an invisible zipper. So I've done a bit of the tips and the tricks, talked a bit about various aspects of making a garment from start to finish, including the patterns, using ready-made patterns, adapting your own patterns, all that kind of thing. So I'm about to start making another dress, and which will be for my Etsy shop. But I didn't want to do the same thing again, go through the same process again. I wanted to do something a little bit different this time. So I was having a think about it. I haven't really come up with any specific ideas, so I thought I'd have a chat with you about, as I'm making the dress, about the future of these videos of my channel. And I would really love to hear from you, the viewer, what you would like to see, what you would like to listen to, what you would like to hear, because it's for you after all. It's not for me. I'm not sitting and watching my own videos, I'm making them. And I really would love to know what you want. I'm happy to keep on showing making things from start to finish. And my whole idea, my whole concept behind my Etsy shop and my sewing is making vintage clothes which are accessible and suitable for today's lifestyle. So I've said this in videos before, but just to reiterate, I'm making vintage garments which you can use on an everyday basis in life today. So, for example, that dress behind me, you could wear and when you're out and about, if you so wished. It's not something that you could only wear if you were truly into vintage style. And you can mix and match it with garments from today. And that's why I do a lot of tops and blouses, because they work well to mix and match with garments from today, like skirts and trousers, jeans, that kind of thing, make to have that bit of vintage feel to your wardrobe without going full out vintage. And I certainly like that. For example, this top that I'm wearing today is just a ordinary t-shirt type pattern. Well, it was a blouse which I've adapted into a t-shirt pattern. I'll try and show you, because I really love the style of it and the way that it emphasizes the parts of my body that I want to emphasize, and fits me better than any t-shirt I've ever bought. So I do like that. I can adapt things in that way with sewing myself, but the fabric, I've get that vintage vibe from this fabric, and that's with a lot of the new things in my wardrobe, leaning towards that side of things, because I really do love so much of the vintage look. I particularly love the 1950s, the late 1940s, and the dress I'm about to make is a late 1940s dress when colour was starting to come in. People were experimenting with new styles, new designs, with brighter colours. And with this beautiful spring weather that we've got at the moment, I just felt like it was the perfect time to do this dress. I've used this pattern as a base for tops before, which I've got on my Etsy, and do seem to be quite popular with people. I'm actually doing the whole dress now, and I've got this beautiful floral fabric to do it in. So that is the dress this one here I'm doing. I've done this sort of top before, but I'm doing this dress with the more capped sleeve. Goes into a cinched waist, gathered out into a loose skirt. And I just love that look. And I think it's something that could be worn every day. And the fabric, of course, is absolutely gorgeous. So so yeah, I'm going to have a look at this, at making this dress, at chatting to you throughout, maybe showing you a few bits and pieces when I come across something interesting as I go along. It again has a invisible zip like the other dress. It seems to be quite the in thing with dresses from the 1940s and 50s. The invisible zips, particularly the zip in the side, and this dress has a zip in the side as well. And yeah, I thought I'd just have a chat with you about where I'm at, where I'm heading. So that's a bit about where I'm heading with my Etsy store and my vintage sewing. I also have another project which is in the process of being planned, and which I will reveal soon. Which I'm very, very excited about. It's something to run alongside the vintage clothes. It's taken me a long time to get to a point where I'm actually at a point where I can sew more of my vintage clothes and stock up my Etsy store more. So now that I'm able to do that and that I've got a bit more time, I'm building up my stock and working on a plan for a different type of garment. For me, it kind of fits in with vintage because there's a lot of vintage look about it, but it's something completely different. And I'm very excited. At some point, I will do a full reveal of what I'm planning to do, but not today. And yeah, so I was thinking as well, I absolutely love history. I love the history of various things, as you might have realized from my various videos on the history of various things. And so I'm thinking of doing more of that kind of thing, more about vintage times, about what it was like to live in those times, what it was like to wear certain garments, how people went about their daily lives. Something really interesting, which I keep coming across, especially on Pinterest, is this whole concept of how to lose weight like a housewife from the 1940s or 1950s, and how people see the whole housework thing as a way of losing weight. We all know housework helps us lose calories. We all use up calories. We all know that. But there's this whole drive towards, can we lose weight like a housewife from the 1940s, just by doing housework and things in the household. So yeah, there's lots of different aspects to talk about and discuss as we go along. But for now, that's enough of me talking. I'll leave you to have a little think. I'll give you little glimpses of what I'm doing as I go along today making this dress. And I'll check in at the end, hopefully with a completed dress today, if I don't have too many disruptions or too many unpickings to do. Um, and yeah, I'm really excited to get this dress done and listed. I love this fabric. It's really gorgeous. It's just so spring and floral and lovely. And I'm really hoping some of you will give me a comment, send me a message, let me know your ideas on what you'd like me to talk about and discuss. And I can tailor my videos around what people are looking for. So here's to a day of sewing, and I will see you later. welcome back. I hope that, when I say welcome back, you've been here the whole time, as have I. I hope you've enjoyed a little look into the making of this dress. Tried to make the shots a little bit interesting, a little bit different. I'm just adding the finishing touches to the dress now, which is just a hook and eye above the zip. The zip is all in place, and then I'll take some shots of the completed dress to show you what it looks like all done once I've completely finished. But I wanted to come and finish off before I lose all the daylight. It's been a pleasant day. The sun wasn't out all the time, but it was fairly summery looking out there, and certainly a nice warm day, so that was nice. Starting to feel a lot more like spring than it has been recently. So the dress has come out really well. I'm very, very pleased with it. The picture on the pattern doesn't do it justice, I must admit. It looks a lot better, and I'm hoping I can get some really good photos to show just how beautiful a dress it is. I think possibly the fabric has made some of that, but yeah, I look forward to seeing what you think. And I really am looking forward to hearing from you, hearing your ideas, what you'd like to hear, what you'd like to see in the future. I will be back showing more of my makes as I do them, but I've got some ideas of things to talk about, but I'd love to know your ideas as well, so that I can do things that people find interesting and of use to them, things that you'd like to sit and listen to. And I'd like to thank you very much for joining me. Thank you very much for liking my video. If you do like it, I appreciate it. Please do subscribe below, so that I can keep you up to date with any new goings on and new videos coming out. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Have a good evening. Bye.